Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/ASYM for the top 10 stocks to buy right now. One of the things that I took away from Apple's event this week is the company's ecosystem of products and hardware accessories just continues to grow. The Apple Watch was the big announcement this week, now adding features like touch. You can now select something with your main button by just clicking your fingers together. That's going to be something that's going to be useful for something like virtual reality or augmented reality. And you may not know that these accessories or these non-iPhone or Mac products are actually the growth engine for Apple right now. So that's what I want to dig into today. My name is Travis Hoyam. Thanks for watching Asymmetric Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my content. And I want to show a few charts that show just how important the growth of products like the AirPods and Apple Watch have been for Apple over the past 5 years or so. This is a look at Apple's revenue growth over the past 10 years. You can see that growth has been 8.3% on a compound annual basis. Just been kind of slow and steady growth, nothing crazy. But where this growth is coming from, maybe a little bit surprising. It isn't coming from the iPhone, which you can see is growing at 5.1% compound annual growth rate. The iPad, surprisingly, still growing at about a 5% annual growth rate. And the Mac growing even a little bit less at 4.8%. So where is the company's growth coming from? Well, services is a big piece of it at 19.8%. But what I want to highlight today is the accessories growth, which has been 19.1% on a compound annual basis over the past 7 years. The AirPods were introduced in 2016, and that has been a huge driver of the company's financial growth, both from a revenue basis and then also generating great margins on top of that. The great thing with Apple's ecosystem of products is they work so well together. They capture data, they communicate well with each other. Remember, it was the iPhone that initially had the AR kit is something that really started laying the groundwork for the eventual Vision Pro, which will be launched next year. But something like this touch feature in the Apple Watch could eventually make its way to the Vision Pro, or maybe even multiple generations down the road. Maybe even there's some simple glasses that you can wear that just have augmented information or data overlaid on a pair of glasses. I think that's ultimately where Apple is probably headed, where we're just constantly interacting with their devices, but not necessarily an iPhone. It's maybe a pair of glasses. And how do you interact with that? Well, with the watch on your phone and the AirPods that are already in your ear. This is the beauty of Apple's business, is they just continue to grow this ecosystem, and they can improve those products incrementally each year and add these pieces that maybe don't seem all that revolutionary at the time, but wind up being something that create a foundation for future products or future growth. Remember that the AR kit was something that I don't think got a lot of attention when it was announced, and it was kind of a cool toy to play with, but ultimately became a next generation product because the company is really betting a lot on Vision Pro. So that's something to keep an eye on, especially with this new gesture that Apple is adding with the Apple Watch. Do we now start to see that be some sort of core gesture for Apple in the future? I think that could possibly be the case. And we already know that AirPods are one of the most successful products that Apple has ever launched. So they will likely be key to any of these new Vision products in the future as well. But what do you think? What do you think about the power of this ecosystem and the way they all work together? Love to hear your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Asymmetric Investing. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you here next time.